Can you take it to full screen?
Yep.
Maybe, yeah. And see if anybody's waiting, if they're not. Yeah, awesome.
Can you see my screen?
You want to put it in present mode?
Uh,
That's like click the arrow by the slideshow.
mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
No, my mouse is gone. Hold on.
Mhm.
Is this good or does it need to be bigger?
Yeah, so if you click the arrow where it says slideshow, can you,
Oh, that is weird because let me stop and let me share again.
is it frozen?
Yeah, it's being weird. Hold on.
These are bloopers.
We can cut out this part. Okay. Okay, let me.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone. If you are here, that's great. If you're catching the replay, that's also fantastic. We are on week 8 From Hustle to Hire. I can't believe that we made it this far. And this week's session is just a revamp of what we've done in the past couple of weeks. And so we've kind of just named it It's a Wrap. And when we say it's a wrap, it doesn't mean that it's over. It just means that this part of our training has come to a completion. We will offer it again. So tell someone, and Talent Nova will continue to provide the resources that you need for you to find not just a good job, a better job, a career job, but your dream job. And so let's take a look back, right, at From Hustle to Hire, right? And what did we do in week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4? And we're going to tap into those areas. But I want to just start with the statement. I want to say you made it, whether you were able to make it each week, whether you caught the replay on your own because of your work hours, or you came across it, right? You made it. You made it to the place where you went through the learning, you've acquired some skills, and you are able to use what you learned in the workplace. So what did we do? I'm so happy you asked. Week 1, we talked about flipping the script, right? We wanted you to reframe your story and claim your narrative with confidence. We often think that being an individual that has been impacted by the justice system is negative. And some people have framed it that way, but we wanted you to be able to claim your story with the confidence that you need and shift your narrative by talking about your achievements, the impact that you've made, and some of the skills that you acquired that can be used in the workplace. Week 2, we call that Boss Up, where you built a foundation of professionalism and presence. How do I show up in the workplace? What is my presentation, my packaging, and my posture, right? We talked to you about workplace culture. We talked about communication, and we dived in a little bit deep on what it means to authentically adapt, to stay true to who you are, but to adapt to the environment that you're in. And then that took us directly into week 3, Hustle Smarter. You shifted from grind to strategy and learned how to use the skills you have and the skills you learned to work for the company and for you, right? You learned that some of the things that you kept in your back pocket that you didn't put in your resume, you can actually use and apply in the workplace. Mind blowing, right? At least for me, when I learned that things like putting together a budget at home or resolving conflict among peers, even when I was serving time, you can use those things in the workplace. And so we showed you how to hustle smarter by leveraging the skills that you have as an asset. And then week 4, we talked about the plug, not just who is the plug, but how can you become the plug? You learn to network and ask and connect to opportunity. We talked about some scenarios that you can jump into to help you learn. And we told you that Talent Nova is a plug, but by taking the information that we shared with you, the information that you learn, heard, and experience, you can also become the plug for someone else who's coming home, who's re-entering back into the community, who may be showing up at the same community organization that you're in. And by providing the information, you become the person that can get them plugged in to the resource that they need. And then week 5, I think this might have been my favorite week. We called it Brand Camp. You learned about personal branding and that your reputation ties into your role and responsibilities. You also learned how to craft your 30-second message and create consistent presence in person. I would stop right there and tell you to try out your 30-second message pitch. If you haven't created one, we want you to go back and do that. How do you talk about yourself? How do you show up in person and online? How do you present yourself in social media in a way where you realize that the streets are always watching? Getting a job is not just applying for one, it's also how you carry yourself online, like on LinkedIn, right? On Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Like your presence defines often who you are. So ensure that the way you show up online is the way that you also show up in person, ensuring that it's consistent and that there is alignment. And then week 6, the streets. Talent Nova calls the streets, it's an acronym for standard training required in education and experience to succeed. You were able to lock in life and workplace skills that stick through scenario-based learning in real time. This is the week where we gave you situations and we allowed you to test your way of thinking. How do you resolve conflicts? How do you analytically think about circumstances that you may face on a daily basis? And how do you use these experience in the workplace in real time? And as usual, most of you showed up and gave answers that you have experienced before, or answers that you told us that you can begin to apply in real time. What this did is it gave you the opportunity not only to think, right, but to develop like an idea of how you can show up in a really thoughtful and intentional way when you may be faced with a scenario similar to one that we presented. And then in week 7, which was just last week, we wanted to see if you were ready for work. We showed you the importance of staying ready and how your lived and learned experience have really prepared you for your now and next, and how Talent Nova prepares you with your tools like your resume and even interviews. So we're in week 8 right now, and we're looking back to help you launch. We know that you're ready. You have what you need. I want to say let's go, but I want to stay on this slide a little bit longer because a lot of you showing up, I know it wasn't easy. It was hard because it was in between work for some of you. And for some of you, it was in between programming that you have already been assigned. But I want you to know that the team at Talent Nova is incredibly proud of you. We're excited of what you've done, and we can't wait to see what you're going to do. So what are some of the skills that you now carry based on this training? We talked about soft skills, right? There's a hard truth about soft skills: communication, adaptability, emotional intelligence, that ability to make decisions without putting your emotions into it. We talked about the head, heart, hand, and how. And leadership, showing up, understanding that whatever position you're in, you can lead right from that place. Digital skills. We gave you a toolkit to help you understand fluency and what it looks like to be remote ready, and helped you with that language that you use when you're sending emails. Because sometimes we all have gotten emails that gave us the cringe. And so ensuring that your language aligns with what you want to say without emotion being embedded into it. You have this career readiness now. We taught you SMART goals and workplace norms, and helped you understand company culture and how to job search and shadow using strategies like connecting with peer support groups, community-based organizations, or someone virtually that can talk to you about a day in the life. And finally, those self skills, that confidence that you need to show up with your chin up and your head high. The reflection, right? How can I look at myself and determine what I need for my now and my next? Those decision-making skills, all the scenarios, right? It helped you choose. And then self-control, which is directly tied to emotional intelligence. And so what are you leaving with this week? What are you leaving with in general? A modern workforce certificate. That's right. We'll be happy to give you a certificate for this training that you've taken with Talent Nova. All you have to do is send us an email and we'll send it over to you. You have a resume. If you went online like we suggested in our 3rd and 4th week and you built out your resume with Talent Nova, you should have one. You have created your LinkedIn and a digital portfolio so that you can show up online and people can get to know who you are. We gave you a career roadmap and showed you how to create these SMART goals. You have a brand strategy, right? I wish somebody gave me this when I came home, because I came home looking crazy, and you guys have gotten everything that you need packaged up into this training. We gave you some job readiness tools and that confidence, clarity, and community. What do I mean by that last line? Again, your chin up, right? Being proud of who you are and what you do. Clarity, understanding who you are and what you want for yourself. And community. Talent Nova is not just a career platform. We are a community here to support you. And so what do you do in these next steps? How can you navigate them? The first thing you can do, tell us, how was your hustle to hire experience and where are you in your job search? We want to know, right? If you don't have a job now, your next step is start applying for your jobs with your new resume and tools. Talent Nova offers a really cool match system. So if you have a resume done, you are a part of that. If you don't, it's time to get working. Number 3, keep practicing. Keep practicing the responses and scenarios and with your digital toolkit. And then number 4, stay connected. Join our future events, coaching calls, or alumni session opportunities. We're always doing something. Follow us online, get plugged in so that you're getting emails for us so that you can stay connected to what we're doing here at Talent Nova. We have the best team and you are now a part of it. And then number 5, tell someone. Tell someone about your experience and encourage them to sign up next time we offer From Hustle to Hire. If you're part of a program or community organization that you believe that other peers in the group can benefit from this training, let us know. We'll be happy to show up, support, and serve them. Today, I want to leave you with something simple. I want to close out with what I call a Nova Power statement. I am not who I was when I started. I am more confident, more capable, and more clear about where I'm going. And that statement I keep on my mirror on a daily basis. I remind myself I am not who I was when I started, when I re-entered. I am more confident and more capable, and I'm more clear about where I'm going. I understand my now, I understand my next, and I understand my nuances. As always, I like to end. I'm Kalila Lokanola, KO, like your friendly coach. And we want to again thank you for joining us these past few weeks. It has been a joy meeting some of you. It's been a joy presenting to you and helping educate and equip you to fire not just the job that you're looking for, but the job that you deserve. Don't forget to email us, follow us on all social sites. Have an incredible weekend, an amazing Thanksgiving, and rest of your year. Bye, y'all.